Hey, beautiful people. I'm Mila.
Hey y'all, I'm Monika.
And thanks for joining us. Hey, Monika. How are you doing this day?
I am aligned and balanced.
Okay. Well, that is what I love to hear because today is the kind of episode that you need to be aligned and balanced because we are going to be talking about relationships, dating, all of the good stuff going into this holiday cuffing season, my favorite season to talk about. So I know it's going to be good. But before we go there, how was your week? What's your takeaways?
Uh, Rest, uh, let it go, and allow it to flow in God's time. But also shout out to my nephew. He took second place a couple weeks ago in his uh, tackle football championship. You know, they were 6-0. He got second place and he took it like a champ. I mean, what else can you ask for? So I'm super proud of him.
Woo!
Yes.
I said we love a good excited auntie.
He's making TT learn the game of football because believe me, I didn't know what the hell's going on. I just knew the touchdowns.
Hey, and now she is calling plays and watching the Seahawks. And I am very proud of her, honey. What you won't do for your babies. So, yes. That's why,
Babies.
yeah, that's why it's auntie season. Well, you know.
Uh-huh.
But
How are you?
you know what? I'm doing great. I mean, every day there is gifts, there's blessings, there's things to be grateful for. My takeaway always is allowing yourself the grace to move at your own pace. I'm not right now in the season that I'm in, and everyone knows. I am allowing myself to move and operate and just be about me. So I guess it's kind of selfish, but it's part of the process as well. So I love it.
That's not selfish. I mean, who's going to take care of you? You're your first person.
Yeah, that's right, because my person is gone.
Everyone
So
else can get into what formation, as your girl Beyonce would say.
you get information
Yes.
and then get in formation.
Right.
Okay, that's I want to make sure we all know what she was telling us. Get that information, and that is why we are here for you to give you some information, give you some hot tea, make you laugh, give you something to talk about with your own girlfriends, sisters, aunties, and kin. So that's what time it is. And Monika, I have been chomping at the bit ever since we brought this up a couple of weeks ago in preparation for the season. Now, everyone knows from last year, from anytime, that I'm a big fan, or I speak a lot about cuffing season, because cuffing season is that little wrinkle in the game, but it's seasonal. So we were introduced to a new concept called hobosexuals during cuffing season. And I will start with the disclaimer, and then Monika is going to, of course, break down to us, because we took this to the Urban Dictionary and then to Webster for the official definition. But cuffing season and hobo sexuals, just wild, but not surprising, not shocking. And it's interesting to know that they actually have a name for this, and they are declaring this out here for the world. So, Monika.
Well, my cousin told me about this a few years ago, and I was like, what? They actually have a term for this? So when you Google, because that's where I tell most people, if you ask me a question, you need to Google first. But anyways, a homosexual is someone who makes the decision to have sex with complete strangers for no other reason than to prevent sleeping on the streets that night. And while many people think that these kinds of hookups are harmless, there are actually many risks involved with this behavior. So, I mean, you can go back and think to some of your past experiences. But the Urban Dictionary, they like to break it down. They said someone who enters or fakes a relationship to avoid homelessness.
That's it. That just sums up. I like the Urban. To me, Urban got it better than Webster. They made it plain. But you're faking the funk for a place to stay.
They give examples, though. They're like, man, Trevor is such a homosexual. What's he going to do when he runs out of girls that will let him live with them? Or Tracy, she's such a homosexual. What's she going to do when these men don't want her staying there no more? I mean, and it's also a person who jumps into relationships to have a place to live. There's people actually, that's their career.
Well, they do it until springtime comes around and then they get free. It's not as cold outside.
Or they basically stacking their chips and using all your utilities.
Your resources, okay? They're getting sources off your resources? Mm-hmm. All right, okay. Well, then.
That Airbnb situation we're about to talk about.
Ooh, there's so much. Because... So our disclaimer, because I didn't get to it because I still am just so caught up in just all the scandalousness that comes with the whole homosexual phenomena. But the disclaimer is, if you, in fact, are going to seek or are currently participating in a homosexual lifestyle, no judgment here at Auntie Season.
We know the rent is high, y'all.
Mm-hmm. And if you like it, we love it around here, okay?
Do you, boo?
But please make sure you're checking identification and doing what Auntie Monika has told you time and time and time again. And what is that, Monika?
courts.wa.gov.
Okay, and then for you that are not in Washington State but are listening globally, because shout out to all the people listening to us around the world, go ahead and do some Google searching, okay? Put someone's name in there. That's why we say look at that identification.
Hold on, what's the international...
Interpol?
Yes.
They
got a website. Everybody got a website.
That's true. We said find it out, though. Put that name in there. Match that name with the identification. That's not too much to ask for someone who's going to move into your home space,
Or you can go to the federal website, the federal penitentiary website.
But just check it out. And especially if you're bringing someone into your home and your living space, your sanctuary, and you have children or anyone that's underage in your care, go ahead and do that criminal background check just for peace of mind. You don't want to be inviting the big bad wolf in there under disguise. No, but other than that, honey, keep yourself warm. Okay. It's cold out there. Okay. So now, Monika, now that we got that part out of the way, have you known of anyone who's got caught up in a homosexual situation for cuffing season?
Man, let's just say I believe everyone's probably experienced this on some type of level, and I'll just leave it at that. I give some personal information, but
Don't worry, people. We're going to keep working on it, family.
I'm in the present. I'm not going back to the past.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't, Auntie Mila, I don't believe in cuffing season romances. You know me, no. I believe that there are dating in cycles and da-da-da-da-da-da, but cuffing season demands a lot really quickly because all of a sudden someone is now at your family events, and if your people are like my people, they're going to be asking about that person long after that person is dust. So I'm like, why are we bringing up, people from the grave? Like, no. Mm-mm. So I'm already kind of iffy about that. But of course, we have all heard tales of cuffing season homosexual romances gone right and wrong. Because we were already discussing this back in August because there was a lady, a young sister, 39, Alicia Watts, and she had ran into a situation with someone she was dating, and we thought of immediately, you don't know someone in a month or 2 months. Anyone can pretend, like 2 months is lightweight for a psychopath to act like they're decent or normal. Like, that's nothing. So you sometimes have to get a little bit of time to know someone's character.
Right.
Because if it's going to be forever, then what is one more day, right?
What is one more day? It could be 2 years.
It could be. So yeah, but so so that situation is out there. Just think about it. Just discuss it with your sister girl group and see what they're talking about as far as this homosexual. Did someone turn a summer romance into a cuffing hobo season situation? And there are some signs out there that the relationship is in fact a homosexual situation. One is it moves very, 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 very quickly. Mm-hmm. It's like, I met you and you're here in my home. And now you got stuff. You have never left. You won't go. And we're in a situation.
Right. Or you or you terminated your lease real quick.
Oh my goodness, yes. Another one is when this hobo situation or the exchange or situationship is complete, you just peace out. The other person is on to the next one. They didn't shed no tears. They didn't cry no tears. They got their little paper bag and kept it pushing,
They might have stacked their money. There's no telling. Like, just beware. Mm-hmm. Buyer beware. Because people are out here, either you want housing or they trying to generate income and have housing, or they trying to secure the bag. I mean, times is rough for some people out here. So, I mean, do what you got to do. And we ain't telling you what to do.
But wait, now now, Monika, sometimes I want to make sure I understand the assignment. So I say break it down and make it very plain, because those were 3 options. And I think they're going to take us into our next segment. So wait, let's go over those buyer beware or the real options out here in these streets for this season. You said there are 3 things to consider, because we've been throwing around facts and you've been sending me all kind of crazy stuff to watch this weekend. And man, Monika, I don't know where she gets this stuff from. That's why you need to be following our Instagram, because Auntie, keep the fire, keep the heat. She keeps the positivity, but every now and then my spirit jumps on her and she puts something a little ratchet up there. So what are the 3 things that we're really out here looking for, or people are out here looking for?
We're discussing, because the homosexuals, they're looking for housing. The Airbnb situation, they wanted housing and they generating income. And then to secure the bag, we about to get into it
right now. Okay, so we've taken care of the hobo situation, right? Because we understand that's just temporary housing. They don't want to have to be responsible for that extra high, especially if you're in the city of Seattle or Tacoma or pretty much anywhere in the world. Energy bills are high and it's going to be winter. So that person doesn't want to be bothered with any of that, and they do not have to. But then you just said a new part. You said the Airbnb situation. And I've heard about Airbnb mishaps in Cali, especially down in Florida. And now, where?
In Seattle.
Okay, I was waiting for you to tell the people where. It's in Seattle.
It's in Seattle. Yeah, this is coming via Cairo7.com. September 26th, they did a spot on Rainier Valley homeowner lives in van while delinquent tenant lists rental on Airbnb. Child Jason Roth lives in a van with his dog Wally.
No way.
He's both homeless and a homeowner, all at the same damn time.
Oh, people playing.
He said it's frustrating and extremely frustrating. It's something I can't fully wrap my head around, he said. He is making mortgage payments for his Rainier Valley home and paying for pilot school. He is owed 5 months rent, a total of $29,000 in back rent utilities. Jason's deadbeat renter is listing the downstairs living space on Airbnb for $434 a night. Jason, hold on. Jason believes he is generating at least $2,000 a month and possibly closer to $3,000 or even $4,000 depending on the month.
What? Not in my house.
He said, I do come here often just to look at my house and miss it, and I wish I could be in it, he said.
No way.
Your good old city of Seattle gave the delinquent renter a short-term rental license. What? A spokesperson for the city says the license this individual has is not valid because it was obtained using inaccurate information about the ownership of the property. Okay, so not only is he not paying me, but he's generating income through a basement Airbnb unit. Meanwhile, Jason's having to pay for utilities for that unit in his house. He said he's trying to work with the renter, payment plan, try to dispute resolution. Right now, he's going through the eviction process through King County, which can take about 12 months.
No.
Oh, he said before all is said and done, he's looking at $50K in losses.
Oh, no. See, no. That's when you go ahead.
And look, Seattle, the city of Seattle, they on it, girl. They said his attorney said that King County courts are only hearing 6 cases per day.
What?
Half of those hearings automatically get continued for another 3.5 months. So good people, I hope that you voted on the right side a few days ago.
No, that's when I would be booking myself at that Airbnb under a different name, and I would go up there, honey, pay for that first night, and I would never leave my house, and then we'd be roommates, upstairs, downstairs.
Girl,
make the law work for you, okay? That's fine.
I'll put the link in the show notes, but this is not just a special case. Like, this is one of many that are going on in the state of Washington and around other states in nationwide. Like, this is crazy. On top of that, people are Airbnbs. A lot of people are losing money with Airbnb, anyways. But that's child. I mean, I thought about Airbnb, but it would never be my personal residence. Are you kidding me?
The way you said that, oh my goodness. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a different energy. I know a few people who have done that. And some have done that while they've lived like upstairs, downstairs type situations.
I'm just saying, because it's crazy, because it's like the city was basically kind of like their hands are tied, or they just threw their hands up and they're just kind of like, oh well. Yeah. That's sad. And you paying property tax,
girl, and the city of Seattle property tax is ridiculous,
right? And you watching somebody live in your house and generate income.
No, you know what? I'm gonna tell you this. I'm sorry, the way you just put that, Monika. No, someone should be afraid. If I have to watch you inside of my home, I'm outside in the cold. You should be afraid for yourself inside of my home, because I'm on the outside, not right, watching my house. Who knows what's gonna happen? Anything could happen.
I think there was like a series or a movie on Netflix that was similar to this. I can't remember, but I swear I thought I came across something. I didn't watch it yet, but
oh yeah, no, I'm watching that house. You're gonna be uncomfortable. Well, nobody's gonna be sleeping good. If I ain't sleeping good and warm, you ain't gonna be sleeping good and warm.
Because in the state of Washington, let me tell you, if you move somebody into your domain, you're gonna have a hard time getting them out.
Mm-hmm. So go ahead, go on, amen. The church is with you. Say it again.
If you move somebody into your domain, you're gonna have a hard, and if they stay there for a period of time, so it makes it look like they have a residence, you're gonna have a hard time getting them out. Oh, don't let them get mail at your place either. This is over with.
Not mail. Not mail. The people that you sometimes rent to or are, using your home, they bring with them their own kind of energy and their own kind of spirits and blah, blah, blah. And your house that could have been a peaceful house of refuge for you is now a disastrous, horrible place where you're not happy. You don't understand where that energy or that spirit even came from, but it's just a lot. So I always say, no, I don't blame you. So then, now that we've got that interesting perspective of really buyer beware, be careful who you're allowing to establish residency in your home. Now let's talk about this last thing that you sent me, Monika. And that was from a podcast that you enjoy, because we don't just podcast, we also follow, participate.
And I support other people and I listen to other people's
podcasts. Yeah. Different kind of perspectives. But honey, everybody need love.
Right.
It's a cold world, so we need some love. So the podcast that you had shared with me, Monika, is called...
It's Dear Wifey.
Dear Future Wifey.
Dear Future Wifey. And the host is Lateris. Don't remember the last name. That's okay. You'll see it when you get to his...
Yeah, Dear Future Wifey. That you'll find him everywhere.
And this episode is episode 719. The title says she's 43, he's 90. They just got married. An unlikely union. Dear Future Wifey. So you watched it. What were your thoughts?
I did. You know what? Monika sent this, and to know Monika is to know that she's going to send you a lot of stuff throughout the course of your day. If you say, you know what, I like that the sky is blue, you will get 10 articles about the blue variations of the sky, why it's like that. And so that's what I love about sis. So that's not a complaint. It just always makes me laugh. So we'll just start there. Monika sent it to me. And when I read the title, I laughed a little bit because my track record lets people know that I'd rather be an old man sweetheart. I'd rather be an old man sweetheart than a young man's fool.
Speak on it.
Yeah. So I have never had a problem of dating.
But how old?
10 to 15 years. I want to say maybe the oldest that I have dated above my age was 20, 25 years plus.
Ooh, child. Okay.
Yeah. but that looks different depending on what age you are. Like, if you're in your 30s, 20 to 25, that's 55, right?
Exactly.
That might be 45. Whatever, honey. Sprinkle on that.
Sprinkle. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. If you don't, you can send us a DM and we'll send you a link.
Honey, sprinkle was the most entertaining part of my weekend. That's a side note. Look, we're sidebarring on that one because I love game. Oh my goodness, honey, it just reminded me of young me. Oh, it was wonderful. Sprinkle. If you want to know more, hit us up on our Instagram DM. Okay, but nonetheless, back to this Dear Future Wifey podcast episode, and you can see it on YouTube, so it's visual.
Right.
So there's nothing like sometimes seeing the visuals for the situation. Now, for me, this gentleman was hitting the threshold of too damn old for Auntie Milah because he was real. He was somebody's pop, and he was kind of shaky.
Girl times 3.
Yeah, no. And so that's not comfortable. I don't want to be somebody's nurse aide if I don't have to. See, what you won't do for love. See, if I was going to have to be someone's nurse aide, I need to be in love and get, and slide into that position. But I am not going to just select someone that I know has one foot on the grave and the other on a banana peel.
Like my mom said, they want a nurse and a purse, but he don't got a purse, y'all. He got a Louis Vuitton bag. So I'm not re-questioning how I feel about it. That's not for me, but it might be for some people. But keep going. I
mean, I will say this. The gentleman, the reason this is also interesting to us is because he splits his time between Seattle, Washington, golf courses all over the world, and Texas.
Exactly.
And, the gentleman spoke about how he made his fortune.
Up here. Yeah, he's a businessman, philanthropist.
Yes, he talked about how he invested in this woman because he actually knew her for 16 years. So this isn't just a gold digger quick fix type of situation.
Not at all.
There is an interracial component to it as well. He is a 90-year-old white man and she is a 43-year-old black man.
Italian.
Living in the United States, identifying as a white man. So, with all those perks and privileges and benefits.
Exactly.
But his mind is awake. He met her people.
Very cognizant,
Yeah, he knew her father before he passed. That's actually how they got back in contact with each other.
He probably got a blessing from her father before he was like, I will always look out for your daughter. Not knowing what he really meant. He would always look out.
Well, I mean, technically, he was trying to get her at 27
and she was like no.
Because she hadn't had kids. She hadn't really had her career, and she knew what it would be.
Her fun.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't, and that's crazy because that is another element. So when someone takes you off the market and they're so much more advanced than you, and you ain't even really got a taste. Now, I'm not saying that there's anything interesting in these streets, But sometimes to appreciate what it's like to be off the market, you got to at least look down at the streets and say, ooh,
girl,
it's crowded and messy and stanky down there. No.
She was like Summer Walker. She said she wanted that soft life. And she already had a little taste of it because he invested in her, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
He bought her a house in her 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And he also paid for her undergrad.
Amen.
And he taught her how to do these stocks. Okay?
Blessings on blessings. I mean, that's a, woo, girl, do you know now, when Auntie Milah hears that, though, that's blessings. That's a soft life. But that's the reality of soft life. Everybody wants a soft life, but are they willing to do what it requires to have a soft life, right?
Right.
Because it's not a fantasy life. It's a soft life, right? Because a fantasy life is saying, oh, you know, Prince Charming is going to walk through, and Prince Charming is going to be young, he's going to be fit, he's going to be healthy, full of days, money's right, credit's good, you know, sex is on point, all those things. And that's a fantasy.
But you don't know what his habits are, though.
No, so that's a fantasy.
Right.
But for her soft life, she realized that he was a marrying kind of man. I respect that he was old school in his values. That is why I do like an older gentleman. Like she said, doors always open, bills always paid. There's some things.
Gas always in the
car. Yeah. Things that older gentlemen will afford you. And I like that. And if we're talking real, that is really why I go there. I don't want to have to play no games. And I don't want to have to go tit for tat.
No.
Like she said,
right.
I'm 43. I'm the prize.
Right.
We're never going to lose perspective of that.
And she made it clear she had her own. But again, he invested in her for her to get her own.
That's right. And now she said that.
And a lot of men don't want to invest in.
Well, because men are scared. They only want to be invested in.
Right.
But that's a whole nother episode, Monika.
Yeah, that's a whole nother. They don't want to invest in, but then there's some men that like, well, she has everything, and what does she need me for?
Oh, that makes them feel insecure, or they don't want to make the investment when they want to reap all the benefits of having someone who, you know, is taken care of.
But like you said, that's another episode, because then that can go into different levels and cultural situations and all that stuff. Yeah.
But back to dear future wifey, and so, you know, I challenge the thought that there's really anything wrong with it. Like you said, it's not your cup of tea, Monika, but for me, I get it. If I say I want a soft life and a soft life situation presents themselves to me. Now, I'm not saying the man was Quasimodo and this is not, you know, Hunchback of Notre Dame or anything like that. And if that's your thing, there's nothing wrong with that either. But, but for me, if you say you want soft life and God bless you with a soft life, I'm a roll with it. Now, that man was definitely, like I said, pop energy. He wasn't even Al Pacino and Robert De Niro energy. He was somebody's pop. And I didn't say just Papa. Like you said, put some greats on that. Granddad.
Even, what's the actor in Yellowstone? He wasn't even that type of energy.
Oh. No, you're not talking about Kevin Costner, because Kevin Costner's young. Like he's in his 60s. Yeah.
Yeah, that's as far as I probably would go.
Oh, yeah, girl, honey, Kevin Costner.
Right.
No, that's a fantasy again.
Right.
Because if all of a sudden that's 50 Shades of like fantasy right there, girl. If Kevin Costner rolled up to you right now and was like, honey, are you getting in? Are you? No, I just want to know that, Monika. Sidebar. So if Kevin Costner, and we'll do Yellowstone, because his money's right in that show. He's the cowboy. You know, he got that cowboy swag. Are you jumping in the ride?
I mean, you should try different experiences. And from one of my aunties, she said she wished when she was younger that she would have experienced a little more before she got married.
And I like that answer, and I'm 100% agreement. If he slowed down that car and just crack open the door a little bit and say, hop in. Oh my goodness. But no.
If I'm in a space where there's, you know, I'm single and I'm not. Yeah. I mean, what's it? One date.
Yeah. No. See, this pop though in this scenario isn't Kevin Costner. It's not Jerome Seinfeld. Okay, because see, Jerry. For when people find out that Jerry's 68, they say no, Jerry is not, and I say, oh, yes, Jerome is. And I would rock with Jerome too. But I seen Jerome's wife. She's also banging.
But you know what? She's also thinking. And the two individuals, his name is Victor and her name is Angel. But he's in his 90s and let the Lord bless him with a long life. But honestly, he might have about maybe a good 5 to 10 more years.
And that's we all praying.
Yeah.
That's all the church agreeing.
And so
yes,
I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
He say he want to be happy though. He say he's in love and he want to be happy.
He say he want to be loved and happy, and he wanted her to pal around with her.
Yeah.
And then travel and stuff like that. And she figured, 5 to 10 years of her life, girl, she's still gonna be a sexy 53.
Yeah, if he does 10, he could only do 7, and she'd be done before she's 50.
She still got another 40 plus years.
He done built the house for her. They discussed.
Yeah,
take it. I like it.
Sound like he about to adopt
the kids. Sounds like her kids are gonna be taken care of. Love it. So I'm saying, for all the family listening, honey, for the conversation circles, what are you willing to do for your soft life?
What you won't do, do for love.
I'm willing
I tried
to
everything.
Okay, well, you know what? Now I might have to change up. Now Pop was a little bit longer in the tooth than I was typically comfortable for.
Right.
But he came so legitimate. Like, if someone came at you the way that man came at her,
he was black and white with it.
Yeah, I could see it. Because like you said, it's only 4 or 5 years of palling around with this man. And remember what he said, it was so sweet. I might have to go to assisted living one day. And at least she had the decency to say, no, I'll take care of you.
Right.
And you know what? To me, then she earned her money.
And that's probably in their prenuptial, because I'm pretty sure he got this on paper.
Yeah, I'm sure that they may have a prenup. Right. They may not, because he seemed to be. She was transparent. They're very transparent in their relationship and what the situation is, because their body language wasn't saying hot and heavy. Mm-hmm. Even though I think she tried to put out a nice little bone that was respectful, like, "Oh, he's still frisky. Mm-hmm. He still chased me down."
Right. But there was another aspect of that too, and she was like, "There's no." The reason they ended up on this podcast is because there was a viral video on TikTok. I haven't seen it, but her Instagram, he's nowhere on. He's not on social media, but he said that's fine. He's comfortable with that
because he's not on social media in the first place,
right? And plus, a lot of people who have wealth like that, they're not on social media.
That man said he's 9 years old. He don't really know what Instagram is.
Yeah, they don't want people tracking him down.
Yeah.
That she up on there showing some legs and everything, girl.
Yeah.
So.
And his family now, see, his children, she said, are in their 60s, and they weren't happy with the social media. But I'm like, what? It doesn't matter if my husband's 1,000 years old and I'm holding his hand on Instagram. What? Instagram's relationships 9 out of 10 times are suspect.
No. Yeah, it's an illusion. Because everybody's not happy every day like that. No. We're just gonna leave it like that. Yes, everybody is working through something.
So yeah, but I will say, if he had a twin that was exactly the same situation, a scenario presented themselves to Monika, meet my husband, Alfredo, because his name was Victor. This is Alfredo. Alfredo's 91. his brother owned a trucking company.
So you like Summer Walker. You're like, pull up on me.
Yeah, honey. Yes, I said so. I'm here for it. I'm not going to be praying and telling the Lord and the universe that I want to have a soft life, and then He present me with a soft life, and I say, I say, no, Lord, I don't want that soft life.
That's like that story that goes around there. Like, I asked and prayed for God that they were out in
the water. Yeah.
3 times something passed them, and they prayed again, and Lord was like, I sent you something.
All this stuff,
but you didn't choose it, so.
Yeah, so no, I can't ask for a soft life and then be mad when He answers my prayer. I wish it worked like that. I don't know what.
Make sure you're very detailed.
Oh, so you don't want your man to be 90? Is that what you said?
Your prayer. You need to write down the age.
75, Lord? Does it have to be 80? 90, Lord? Can it be 75, 65? 65, Lord?
Well, at least you know that if it gets to 65, at least you know they might get Social Security.
Well, the thing is, though, he was a widower too, and they did talk about elderly depression and what she brought to his life by having young kids for him to mentor.
Honestly, men don't know. Y'all can't be alone. Mm-mm. The women out here, they divorce or they widow, and they still living a long life or still out here.
They have their social circle.
Social circles. They're not lonely, but on the other side of that with the men. Whew.
Yeah, single men don't actually last that long. And single men that think that they're going to get she's a trained nurse, but single men that think they're going to get a young woman who is not used to dating someone older, that doesn't work in your favor either. Sidebar again, because she won't be able to identify the signs of a stroke. She don't care if you taking your high blood pressure medicine. You trying to secretly take that blue pill to be doing something special for her, and you done fell out on her and you dead. So no.
Go get some watermelon, not the blue pill.
Ooh, choose wisely. Choose wisely. Okay, so now that was and then what was the third scenario that you? That was the third scenario.
That was the third scenario.
I said, girl, the conversation got so good because I said, honey, give me that soft life. I guess, you got to meet my new 91-year-old man, girl, because he said he couldn't live with a woman. That's what I need a man with those old school virtuous. He said, I can't shack up with her. I have to marry her. And she can't pay no bills. I don't want to pay no bills.
That's probably why he's still living, honestly.
Because he's a gentleman?
One of the reasons why, yeah.
Because he's a gentleman?
He's living by the golden rule, yeah.
Doing to others?
Yes.
Yeah, and then see, even when he was talking about his
first wife, they were married for 50 years.
Yeah, until she passed away. To death to you. And then remember, he tried to get married to a little something that jumped off.
Yeah.
They were only married for like 2 or 3 years. She just definitely was after that money.
Right. But then, he figured that out, and he but old girl was probably on the like, nope.
No, she said, I'm not going to shack up with you. Honey, within less than 6 months, I'll be waiting for her book. Why not? I heard, speaking of books, I heard that Sheila Johnson's a book worth reading,
Well, we'll have to take a look. She was up here, but we missed her this week because was not feeling good. So.
Okay, yeah, no, because life was lifey.
Yeah.
Okay, but I've heard good things about the Sheila Johnson book, and we've been talking about getting together and being able to discuss some books every now and then on this podcast. So we got so much that we're looking forward to in 2024, but this year is just going to get better and better as it comes to a quick end. Monika, tell us about that business of the week.
So the business of the week, look, y'all, if y'all, trying to locate some housing out here or generate income, you're going to be on the go. So you want to grab Seattle's best grab and go snack. And it's Umami, Cushy. My apologies, y'all.
Umami
Cushy is a Black-owned restaurant brand. They got their own chips out here. My sister said the chips were good.
Delicioso.
She said they were delicioso. So there will be a link for Umami Cushy.
That's right.
Okay.
They had like hot sauces, girl. They had all kind of stuff.
Yeah, they're in the Rainier district in Seattle, y'all.
South End. So the South End business, they have hours that they're open on their website. Go in, support local, support Black, and of course, you can order them online and have them shipped to wherever you are in this beautiful planet.
Okay.
So yeah, that sounds good. I can't wait to get some of the chips. I'm stopping in the neighborhood and get me some chips.
You already know I want the beignets.
Oh yeah, those beignets that look delicious. Right. Yeah, but I want them chips.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, we appreciate it. Monika, is there anything I'm forgetting to tell the people?
No, y'all be kind out here.
Be kind. Allow yourself some grace to do what you want to do. And be safe.
Peace.
Monika, where can they find us at again?
You can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, iHeartMedia, Amazon, and Google Play. And our social media platforms are Instagram, Twitter, which is known as X, and also TikTok.
All right. Remember to call your aunties and your girlfriends and say hi.
Hey.
Bye.